What's up, guys? Long time no see. I know it's been a long time. Like I said in my last 10,000 videos, school, work. School's about to be done, thank the Lord. So I'm gonna have more time to just, sit down, think, do more videos, do more gameplays. I know I've been slacking on that. It's just been very loud in my house, like I've always said. So today's topic is gonna be a different type of topic, right? So I know I usually try to do more like self-help, but today's topic is just going to be a bit different. I have a question for you guys. Do you think we're on the downfall of technology? Just because really think about it, right? Really think about it. Let's talk about phones. So, a lot of us have iPhones. Some of us have Galaxies and Androids, right? And let's talk about the iPhones, right? From 10 to 12, and hey, maybe you could argue from 8 to 12, they're the same, right? There's little changes here and there, they look different, the camera gets better over time, but it's just like, what are we really getting, right? What's really new? I feel like when it comes to phones, like they just add little things to try to get us to buy it, right? Because if you want to go back in time, right? Like when they first said, "Oh, we could FaceTime," that was like mind blowing, right? And then for a very long time, we asked for, "Hey, can we do a group FaceTime?" Right? So all these different companies made these apps for it, and then we downloaded the apps like House Party and stuff like that. And then I think finally, because I'm still on the iPhone 6, I don't know if you could do this. I think you can. I've heard people talk about it. Basically you could do group FaceTime now. Like you don't need an app, right? So it's just like when it comes to phones, we're kind of getting the same thing over and over again, right? Let's talk about like video games and stuff. Um, don't get me wrong, right? I still don't have the PS5. I still don't have the new Xbox. I don't even know the name of the new Xbox. But when the PS5 was talking about like the adaptive triggers, I forgot what it's called. Like basically, like you really feel it, right? Yes, that's impressive, but I don't know how many of you will remember this. But the PS4 did have that. The the PS4 when it first came out had that for certain games though. So it's not like in my personal views because I remember it. It's not like I was like, oh my gosh, whoa. And most likely for the PS5, it's for certain games. I'm not too sure. I gotta find somebody who has a PS5 because nobody has it, right? But like, don't get me wrong. Like the graphics are are updating, right? Like we're getting better graphics, faster gameplay, and don't get me wrong, that's great. But it's just like I feel like we're getting to that point where we can't keep on making new things. Like I feel like at a certain point people are gonna catch on. Like when it comes to video games, right? Like let's talk about that. Um, a lot of people don't like Madden just because Madden is a clear copy paste, right? From like let's say Madden 15 to now, like it's the same copy paste thing, right? Like they're trying to update the graphics, but all you do for the next game is just better graphics, and that's a maybe, right? Better graphics, and you update the roster, right? Like people complain about Madden, people complain about NBA 2K, where like they want this, they want that, and the people who work there aren't even doing like fan service. Like they're not saying, okay, people ask for this, let's go give them this, right? They're not even doing that. So for the last couple 2Ks, it's been the same thing, right? Like for the most part, at least. Like I heard this new 2K for the PS5, especially like the my player. And if people who don't know what that is, basically you create your own player. Like he could be 6'4", 6'5". He could be a point guard. He could do this. He could do that, right? So I heard for the my players, like it's a bit like more more fun for the PS5 though. For the PS4, I heard like it kind of plays the same. Like it's basically like a copy paste, just add a little bit here and there, right? So We spoke about phones, we spoke about the consoles, we spoke about the video games, laptops. To be honest, the only thing that I can tell you, because I'm not too deep into the whole like laptops and PC gaming, so I can't go that deep into it. But like at a certain point, if let's say you get a PC, right? You build it and it has all these different components. That PC could last you a really long time, and you could just stay up to date with everything. You don't need anything else, right? So like you've hit the top if you get a PC. So now let's go on to cars, right? I remember when the first self parking car came out. I forgot what brand it was. I think it was like Chevy or something like that, right? And everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! This is gonna change everything." And then I think Tesla came out with it, which is better. And then Tesla started doing the whole self-driving car thing, and it's just like, from a certain standpoint, right? I feel like we're gonna plateau in like new things to get and new upgrades, just because at a certain point, like when it comes to cars, basically what's next from self-driving cars on the highway, right? Because I know if you turn on the self-driving thing, I think it's only for the highways. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? The next step from there is just regular driving. So like you just wake up, eat your breakfast, go to your car, right? And you just type in the address and it leaves your garage, it gets there, finds parking, all this. That's what's next, right? Excuse me. And then after that, then what? Then everybody needs to get that, right? That's going to take a very long time, right? And then basically after that is flying cars, right? But with saying all that, right? I don't think we're going to get to that. I think we're going to reach a point that we're just going to plateau. I think right now we're about to reach that plateau of just, there's not going to be something like new. Like when it comes to video games, at a certain point, if you guys have seen Ready Player One, right? You go into the game. At a certain point, we're going to get there. If you remember when the VR headsets first came out, everybody was talking about, oh my gosh, this is going to change everything. I remember going to the GameStop, me and my best friend Alex. We tried them. We played some random ass game nobody ever knew about, right? Like it didn't do well. And I put it on and I felt it. I said it. I said, wow, this is going to change how we play games. And then I think that was what, 2016? So 2020 right now, about to go into 2021. VR, complete flop, right? Not too many people are putting on the VR headsets, and even if you do, it's not for like the mainstream games that we want to play. Like, how cool would it be to put on the VR and play 2K, but be in it, right? Like, be as you're my player. So it's just like, I feel like right now, technology wise, yes, we know what the future holds, right? In the sense of like, there's going to be flying cars. There's going to be like a Ready Player One kind of thing. But I don't think we're going to get there. I feel like at a certain point, and we're about to reach it, we're just going to plateau because we're starting to see it now. We're starting to see it with our technology now. The iPhones are being the same. The Galaxies and Androids are getting made the same way. Like there's nothing like crazy new. Like, oh my gosh, look at this. Like, you remember when the face scan, when that came out, everybody was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Blah blah blah. It's gonna change everything. Blah blah blah. And then the hype died out, and that's it, right? And it's just, I feel like we would need to get to a certain place to start getting new things, if that makes sense. So like, I know Elon Musk, he's trying his 100% best to get life on Mars, right? To like really see what they have there, and then we could start expanding. And I know, I think it was today, today, what is today? Today is 12/9/2020. So I think as of today, like some random general from someplace confirmed that like aliens are real and we were in contact with like a galactic federation. Sounds like Star Wars, and don't get me wrong, if it's Star Wars, I'm with it. Just tell Darth Vader I'm on his side. But it's just like I feel like right now we're hitting that plateau, and the only thing that could change it is something big like that, like life on Mars or like contacting somebody else. Because right now, if you really take a look at it, really take a look at it, we're not getting anything new. We're literally not getting anything new, and we're still buying it. Like today, they announced that Apple's making like their own. No, 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 they're making a new AirPod. It's called AirPod Max, right? So it's like the Beats, and they're coming out for $550. $550. What am I gonna do with the headphones that cost me $550? Explain that to me. Just because, here's the thing. I have these little baby ass headphones, right? It's still a plug-in, and I still hear the same music, and it is enjoyable. Why would I do that? Why would I go buy $550 headphones? Don't get me wrong, I had the Beats when they came out, when it was hype and stuff like that. But it's just when the Beats came out, that's when like those big headphones were like, oh my gosh, this is gonna change the game too, blah blah blah. These are the best headphones. So it's just like, why are we gonna do that? Like, what is the point of it? We are hitting a plateau with our technology, and I don't think people are noticing that. And I just want to know, do you think we have hit our plateau? Do you think we've hit our limit when it comes to making new things? Because I personally think we did. Just because the next step to like our new technology is something I think that's out of reach. So like when it comes to like cars, like the flying cars, that's out of reach just because people could barely drive now. Especially if you live in New York, people could barely drive now. People could barely park. I see these rich people in the city who have huge space and they come in, right? And they still can't park it. You could fit four cars in this one spot. Why are you struggling to park? And you think we're gonna have flying cars? You can't even do this correctly, right? I feel like the next step is unattainable because let's talk about phones, right? The next step is probably like some cartoon thing where like you call them and like it pops out, right? Like you see them instead of FaceTime where you look at them. The next step is probably like seeing them here, like a what's it called? What's it called? What is it called? A hologram? Yeah, a hologram, right? That's the next step. That's gonna be, in my personal opinion, unattainable. The Ready Player One situation, unattainable. I feel like we've reached our max. What do you guys think? Right? Just because I don't think I'm gonna keep buying these new things. Why should I buy these new things? Right? Like I know why I'm gonna get the iPhone 12. Because guess what? I have the iPhone 6, the first iPhone 6 that came out. That makes sense, right? But let's say for some odd reason, let's say PlayStation says, oh, well, next year we're rolling out the PS6. And let's say I just got the PS5. Why would I get that, right? So it's just like, I feel like we've reached our limit. And I just want to know from you guys, what do you guys think? Do you think we've reached our limit or do you think there's more? But do you think that there's more without making such a big jump in the sense of, let's say somehow in 2 years from now, Elon Musk gets us on Mars and basically he finds all these new resources and we can do all these new things. Like without making a big jump like that, do you think we can have new, better technology. Let me know in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I know this was a bit different, but it was something on my mind. And I just said, let me come talk to the people. Let me come voice my opinion to the people. Just because, hey, it's been a long time. But once again, hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're safe. I know we're on the tail end of this year. Let's get out of here. Let's go into 2021 happy, healthy, and safe. Have a good night, guys. Don't forget to comment what you think. Like, comment, share. Have a good night, guys. Peace.